a go-home show like many others. I'm John Rethlin with a retro review of WCW Nitro from September 11th, 1995, the second edition of Nitro, the first one to go head-to-head with Monday Night Raw, and 6 days away from Fall Brawl 1995, and also had way too much Dungeon of Doom for my liking. That being said, okay, look, the matches weren't all that good. I mean, I'm sorry, they just weren't. This was a major step down from the first episode, which, yes, only had a few matches, but every match felt important. This one just felt like they were kind of matches that were just there. To be fair, Raw at this point wasn't delivering all that great either. But honestly, yeah, this one was a bit dodgy. But that being said, it also felt very much like a go-home show. They were questioning who was going to replace Vader on Team Hogan because he got fired after an altercation with Paul Orndorff, I believe. So Eric Bischoff and Bobby Heenan were on commentary. Mongo was just yelling and not really saying much of anything. Mongo was never very good on commentary or in the ring. Sabu versus Alex Wright. Take the weapons out of Sabu's hands. He couldn't do anything. Hits a snap off of the ropes and gets victory sometime later. And then puts Alex Wright through a table after the bell, and the referee reverses his decision, because why the fuck not? Why not reverse the decision and just say, yeah, you put him through a construction table. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that thing, Sabu, that you normally do. We must DQ you. And he wasn't in the company very long after this. Mean Gene interview with Ric Flair, Fall Brawl 1995 hype, and talking about his friendship with Arn Anderson, which clearly they would not use as a way to get Sting to team up with Ric Flair at, Halloween Havoc 95. Oh boy, Sting was an idiot there. Oh, the monster truck match. Oh boy, oh boy. And the Yeti. Not looking forward to reviewing that. I will review the rest of the 1995 programming as well as the rest of WCW Nitro, Thunder, pay-per-views in 2000 and in 2001, because why the fuck not? You guys seem to enjoy them. So then Lex shows up during this interview, and Flair hypes him up and everything, says, Hogan, well, the package is ready. The package is ready to take over. And then Lex leaves. Like a minute later. Like he was just out there just to do this. I mean, he served no goddamn purpose. It was very bizarre. And then we get Sting versus VK Wall Street. Do you get it? Do you get it? VKM, VK, it's a knock on Vince, because it's a former IRS and stuff like that, and Bischoff gives away the results for Raw. That is something that would never bite him in the ass ever again. Oh, wait, except it totally would. At this point, though, it did serve its purpose and did get people to tune into Nitro. And then Vince would counter with the Nacho Man and the Huckster and Scheme Gene, and that did not work well. That did not work at all. The match happened. Sting hit a crossbody for 3. It wasn't bad. It was for the U.S. title, but it's like by this point, Mike Rotunda didn't really have that much left. And then Scott Norton versus Randy Savage. And Norton attacks Savage during his entrance and yells at Mongo. To be fair, even at this stage of his career, even at this stage of his life, if Norton yelled at me, I don't care if he's 2 miles away, I'm running. Scott Norton is a terrifying son of a bitch. And yeah, he just yells, he targets the back of Randy Savage. Randy Savage does eventually come back. And then while tangling with Scott Norton, Kamala and Avalanche, a.k.a. John Tenta, a.k.a. who was the Shark. Yeah, they gave him a lot of shit gimmicks there. He was also Golga later. Yes, he was the one carrying the Cartman doll in the oddities. They really didn't know what the fuck to do with him after Earthquake, did they? Anyway, so Avalanche gets knocked down somehow onto Norton's legs, and instead of the ref calling the DQ or trying to get Avalanche out of there, no, he just lets it go. Savage hits the top rope elbow and pins Scott Norton while Avalanche is pinned on, it's just, laying down comatose on Norton's legs. And there we go. And then the rest of the Dungeon of Doom tries to attack Savage. He escapes. Norton's yelling at Avalanche. Okay, cool. Yell at Avalanche. Yell at a natural disaster. That's how that works. And that was pretty much it right there. And then Luger versus Hogan, WCW title match. Much more of an angle than anything else. It was Hogan versus Diet Hogan. We did get some wrestling. Hogan actually showing he could do some mat wrestling. Bobby Heenan at one point, look at the conditioning. He wants it. He wants it from Hogan. Well then, Bobby. Well then. Torture rack, of course, then after Hogan, gets his arm up, like, proving that he's still alive. He's still alive. Hulkamania's alive. He falls down off the back of Luger, and then Luger's like, I didn't beat him? Shit, I better pin him. And not even 30 seconds later, Hogan's up, no selling and stuff like that. And then suddenly, the Dungeon of Doom shows up. Because that's what we needed, was 2 straight segments of the Dungeon of Doom. And they didn't lay a hand on Luger. Foreshadowing? Yeah, foreshadowing, because Luger would join them a little bit later. For those who don't know, sorry, spoilers, been 25 years. Savage and Sting, run down and everything. But Savage noticed it about Luger. And Savage and Hogan are questioning that Sting is friends with Luger in real life and also on camera. And it's like, no, he can't do that. It's like, no, he wouldn't do that and stuff like that. And they end up deciding that he will be on the team. Savage doesn't want it, but there we go. That's pretty much the end of that right there. And what was nice about this is it was good storytelling. It was simple storytelling. Sting seeing something in Luger and Savage already smelling a snake in the grass. And it turned out actually he was teaming with a snake also, Hulk Hogan. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of that right there. So yeah, not as much to talk about in this one as the debut episode, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.